Thanks for checking out this haul video. So we're doing it. It's the Vinegar Syndrome November releases. I actually did buy more. Well, I'll show you my stack first. These are the Vinegar Syndrome November releases that were either subscriber included that I ended up getting, but also the additional ones that I purchased that were part of like their core releases for November. Also, for the Black Friday sale, I did buy some other stuff. I'm going to do a separate video for that because it's another big stack, and I don't want to just have one gigantic video. So, two video parts. I don't know when I'm putting those out. Also, reminder, I will be doing a video when I get through all of these and their special features. We'll be doing a video slightly reviewing them, giving like a bit of a review of each and ranking them for the month. So, all right, going to get into this. Oh, and it'll take me a few weeks probably to get to that. But anyway, they gave me some stickers for the Black Friday sale. That's fun. Obviously, it's a ape because of the Congo release. And a popcorn bag they included. Okay. I mean, it looks cool. Don't really have a use for it, but I'll just display it somewhere. I don't know. So this is something included that was additional. I did purchase their votes thing that they did for April Fool's Day, where you can kind of purchase whatever it is. You don't know what it's going to be, and then you get it at the end of the year. And track record was things were kind of cool. Like last year, it was the scratch off game Fatal Games slipcover. This time it's an actual whole movie, which is dope. But this is... I hate this. This is a make your own slipcover. Like, I think it's funny that they decided to do this because it is kind of like making fun of the whole thing about slipcovers because, oh, you can make a one-of-one slipcover. It's going to be worth more. No, but Decayola instead of Crayola. I'm not even going to try and open this because I'm not good at drawing. I'm not even going to try to make my own slipcover. But it's the film Side Roads. I really hate that I own this right now. The slipcover, like, I'm excited to watch the movie, but I hate this slipcover idea. But yeah, there's the movie on the inside. I can show you. That's the original artwork. Let's read about Side Roads. I'm interested in this one. I watched the trailer for it. Joe Velasco is awarded parole for good behavior, promising to live life as a reformed man and avoid the underworld activities which landed him in jail. But almost immediately following his release, a series of mysterious occurrences begin to steer him back towards the road to ruin. Following a failed assassination attempt in which Joe unwittingly kills his would-be murderer, he seeks help from his former employer and uncle, the wealthy Lou Velasco. Uncle Lou promises to keep Joe out of trouble while also offering him half of everything he owns, including the successful Satin Slipper Casino, that's a name, as thanks for taking the fall for their earlier crimes. Blonde bombshell and Joe's ex-lover Bonnie has since become Lou's powerful trophy wife, but is quick to rekindle a secret affair with Joe in order to satisfy her own sinister motives. Sensing that his friends might in fact be plotting against him, and with increased violence surrounding him, including an overly suspicious detective on his tail, Joe is forced back on the run, hoping to clear his name while determining who is out to get him. Again, run-on sentences. They have a problem with run-on sentences with their synopses. But the movie sounds interesting. I mean, I think it sounds really, really fun. Yeah. We'll see how that one goes, and I'll be reviewing it again. So, from here on out, these are the actual, like, releases for November. So, I'm starting with the one I'm least excited about first, but obviously I'm excited about it because I bought it. And then the last one will be what I'm most excited about. So, the first one is Neither the Sea Nor the Sand. Now, I watched the trailer for this one, and it did look quite interesting. It looks like it's a little bit slower, a little more artsy, as you can see there. Definitely says artsy there. Yeah, that's the inside. All right. Seeking a respite from her deteriorating marriage, Anna is vacationing on the English Channel island of Jersey when whilst walking along the shoreline one wintry afternoon, she encounters a mysterious and brooding younger man named Hugh. The pair quickly form an intense bond and embark upon a passionate and all-consuming love affair, but their romance is cut short when Hugh suddenly and unexpectedly drops dead whilst on a getaway to Scotland, leaving Anna utterly devastated. However, that very night, a shadowy figure appears at the door of their holiday cottage. Hugh has miraculously returned to the land of the living, or so it at first seems. So, kind of like a... From what I understand, this is kind of like more of like a romantic, artsy take on like zombieism type thing. So, it sounded interesting. Like I said, the trailer looked interesting. But, yeah, neither the sea nor the sand. Plus, you know, it's got a very artsy title. Okay, so the next one, I'm still excited about this, but it's one that I'm lesser excited about because I've heard it's kind of like slow, and that's The Keep. The slipcover sold out like immediately. This thing's going for like $200 on eBay, and that's ridiculous. I can't even believe that. It sold out in like a day and a half, which is ridiculous. But anyway, I have The Keep. Very excited to see that there is a... well, as I start taking this, there's really not much on the back, but there's a booklet, essay booklet. Always excited to see essay booklets. They put out great essays. Whoop. Here's the inside slipcover. It just says The Keep there. And it is UHD, and that's the original artwork I flipped there. Those are just the discs. I have not seen The Keep. I know it's a Michael Mann film, so a lot of people were excited about it. Nazi-occupied Romania in 1941. In a small and gloomy village hidden deep in the mountains, German troops have arrived to lay siege, although warned by the townspeople to stay out of a mysterious and ornately carved structure known only as The Keep. Two arrogant soldiers ignore their orders and break into the obelisk, hoping to find stowed treasure, but instead unleash an ancient evil force which, with each new victim, grows stronger and more powerful. That is the most run-on sentence. Oh my gosh. After suffering large casualties at its hands, Captain Klaus Werman is informed that the only person who might be capable of defeating this monstrous and demonic entity is an elderly Jewish historian named Dr. Theodor Kuza, who is being held captive with his daughter in a concentration camp. Ugh. Sounds a little heavy-ish, maybe. Like I said, I am interested in it, and I'm glad to have it, because I haven't seen it, but heard it's slow. But anyway, The Keep. Still interested to check this out. Now, my next one was an additional... See, neither the Sea nor the Sand was one I additionally purchased. Also, this one, Women on the Run, I additionally purchased. This one looks fun. This is one of the Hong Kong Cat 3 releases that they've been doing, which have all been pretty fun. I flipped it to that, and on the inside, they do have a small... Well, they have the poster, and then under that, they have a small essay booklet, so I'm assuming there's just like one essay in there. And then there's a disc. A young woman named Yin dreams of leaving her modest village life for a chance to try to make it big as a martial arts movie star. Leaving for the big city with her boyfriend, life takes a turn for poor Yin when she soon finds herself addicted to drugs and being pimped out by her boyfriend. Wow, it's a lot. After a violent altercation forces Yin to flee to Hong Kong, it's not long before she ends up on the radar of the police. Without any other options, Yin makes a deal with the police to go undercover in one of their straight-laced female detectives, Hung, in order to try and bring down a notorious drug dealer nicknamed King Kong. That's funny. Tying into the Congo. Victimized by the men in their lives, the two unlikely friends must team up to protect each other from the criminals out to get them and work together to get revenge on those who have betrayed them. It sounds fun. Sounds very interesting. And then, again, I watched the trailer. Looks cool. I watched the trailer just to get me kind of excited. And if people want to know, it's number 257. That's on the lower end for me. Usually I get ones in the thousands. So, yeah, my stuff shipped relatively quickly. Okay, so the next film, and this is apparently one that a lot of people have been requesting they put out, so finally they're doing it. Looking for Mr. Goodbar. I know, unfortunately, Richard Gere is in this. I say that because I hate Richard Gere's acting. I'm sure he's a good person. I've heard he's a great person, but I hate his acting because he doesn't emote with his face, and it just drives me wild. It really bothers me. I like this. This looks cool. The back, not a whole lot going on. Again, essay booklet, all about that. I've got a nice essay booklet. Very excited for that. Then we have this for the slip. There you go. And then on the inside, I changed it to this. This is a 4K, obviously. And then that for the discs. All right. Teresa Dunn's mild demeanor and job as an inner-city school teacher for deaf children masks her rebellious nightlife of frequenting dance clubs and dive bars, searching for easy men and one-night stands. At odds with her older sister Catherine, whose seemingly idyllic life is itself a cover for infidelity and heartbreak, Teresa finds joy in her self-styled form of liberation, in part to overcompensate for the trauma of a disfiguring scar from childhood, scoliosis, and her repressive Catholic upbringing. When two wildly different men, the square but grounded James and fun but unhinged Tony, enter her life, Teresa is forced to confront her demons as never before, forcing her on a path of increased self-destruction. Yeah, I've heard that this one gets like a little bit wild, gets a little bit intense, so interested to see what this is all about, because people talk a big game about it, and if it was so highly requested, I want to see what that's all about. Like, what were people interested in? So, excited to watch Looking for Mr. Goodbar. The next one is, I purchased this one additionally as well. This one was included, but I purchased this one additionally. This is part of their Cinematograph line, which I have been a pretty big fan of. I have almost all of them. I think there's like 3 maybe that I haven't purchased. But had to get this one. It looked really interesting. It's called Who Killed Teddy Bear? And actually, this is number 80 of 5,000. So that's pretty low. But yeah, Who Killed Teddy Bear? This looks really interesting. It's their typical layout here with the book. Essays. Yeah, I'm excited. There are the discs. Is it? Yeah, it's 4K. So that's going to be cool. And then I'll just read the back. Nora Drain, a Manhattan disco hostess, finds herself the victim of a stalker and obscene phone caller. NYPD Lieutenant Dave Madden overhears her complaints at the precinct and takes a personal interest in Drain's case, finding himself drawn not only to Drain, but the sordid desires of the Times Square sex district. As Drain begins to question the intentions of Madden, a sullen busboy at her workplace reveals himself as her stalker, putting her in a fight for her life on the streets of New York City. This is an old one. This is from 1965. Like I said, the trailer looked really cool. It looks like the cleanup job that they did on it looks phenomenal, but I'm very excited to check this out. It sounds very interesting. All right, so the next one was an additional one that I purchased, but I did this because it looks like a so bad it's good film, and actually I kind of vaguely remember maybe watching this at some point. I read the book, though. I was a big Michael Crichton fan when I was in like middle school, high school, so I read a lot of his stuff. So I had to pick up Congo, because I was like, I don't remember if I've seen this movie or not. Maybe I have, but the trailer makes it look so bad it's good. It just like ridiculous. Plus Tim Curry's in it, and I do love a Tim Curry performance. Not wild about this art. Think that's fun. That looks cool. And then it's one of these ones that opens like this, say, with a magnet. And then there's a little artwork in there, over here. It's a little dark. This, love this. That looks fun. That looks great. That looks fun too. Like that. And guess what? There's an essay booklet. So I'm excited about that one. Love an essay booklet. Okay, and then another 4K. That's the original artwork, which I think looks similar, or might be the exact same artwork that was on the book itself. I enjoyed the book. I didn't think it was like a great book, but I enjoyed it enough. It was interesting. Travacom owner and multimillionaire R.B. Travis sends his son Charles and his friend Jeffrey to the Congo to search for rare blue diamonds that can work as powerful conduits for telecommunications lasers. When Charles and Jeffrey are ambushed, his ex-fiancée, Dr. Karen Ross, who observes the attack via remote video feed, is sent by R.B. Travis to follow in his son's footsteps back to the Congo to finish what was started and hopefully find Charles alive. Upon embarking, Karen encounters Dr. Peter Elliott, his assistant, and a gorilla named Amy who can communicate with humans via a sign language controlled glove that translates her movements into audible dialogue. Dr. Elliott is on a poorly funded expedition to bring Amy back to the Congo. which ends up being made financially viable by a Romanian philanthropist, played by Tim Curry, and Karen, who opts to tag along. Once in Africa, they meet up with their guide and find themselves targets of various local militaries, tribes, and a race of gray killer apes along the way to find the lost city of Zinj. Yeah, this is a 90s film. What year? 95. And here's the thing, like, there's a lot of, like, 90s horror and, like, horror-ish movies that people say, like, the 90s, like, sucked for horror. Not really. You just aren't thinking about the stuff that is out there that's a lot of fun. A lot of it's, like, so bad it's good type fun. That's what I'm into. But also, there's just stuff you haven't heard of. But Congo. Excited to check it out. Then the next one definitely looks like a so bad it's good film. This was one of my included ones. I was very excited to watch the trailer for this. Blood Tracks. This looks fun. It's one of these kind of like rock music infused things. Love the original artwork too. That looks fun. And then that's the disc. Okay, Blood Tracks. Heavy metal band Solid Gold are heading up into the snowy mountains to shoot their latest music video, accompanied by their crew and a host of scantily clad dancers. However, it's not long before a huge avalanche rocks the area, trapping the rockers and their glamorous entourage on the mountain. The group attempts to radio for help, unaware that its troubles have only just begun, for nearby, a feral, disfigured family has been hiding out in an abandoned factory for decades, and it doesn't take kindly to strangers. As one by one the members of the group wander off to explore the factory, the carnage begins as the crazed family resorts to every possible bloodthirsty measure in an attempt to protect its territory. Yes, from the 80s, as you would probably assume. This one sounds right up my alley. So bad it's good, ridiculous, over the top. Very excited to check out Blood Tracks. My second to last one, so the one I'm second most excited to check out, also a film from the 90s, and I have never seen this one, and I have been interested to see it, and that is Sliver. I think this was another one of their, like, surprise titles. Guess what? Essay booklet. Let's do it. Love it. Not wild about that. That's okay, I guess. Not wild about it. It's a 4K. That's the original artwork. Also not excited about the original artwork. And then, whatever. Carly Norris, a new resident of the chic, high-tech, and ultra-thin Manhattan apartment building 113, is a divorcee looking for a good time. She finds that in her neighbor Zeke, a wealthy video game designer come playboy who harbors a dark secret which her other neighbor Jack is all too willing to go into detail on. As Carly navigates her sexual tryst with Zeke and Jack's increasing paranoia, deaths in 113 begin to pile up, as do revelations about the prior tenant in Carly's apartment who died under mysterious circumstances. Sounds slightly like the Roman Polanski film The Tenant in certain ways. But it looks interesting. I had heard decent things about it, so I'm really excited to check it out. Sliver. Let's go. It's always interesting, too, to, like, go through and see how I rank these and how excited I am to check them out, and then see how that comes out on the other end when I've watched them and gone through all the special features, and then how I rank them at that point. Because a lot of times it, like, totally flips. Okay, so now we're to the one I'm most excited about. This is an additional one that I purchased, and this is from their DeGosser line, which is the only the second one I've purchased. That's like their VHS line, and that is Cannibal the Musical. This was highly, highly, highly recommended to me by two good friends, so I was like, well, obviously I have to get it. This is by Trey Parker and Matt Stone, obviously the guys who did South Park before they did South Park, and this was a Troma release. Again, another essay booklet. And because I have all these essay booklets, plus all the special features, plus a lot of movies, it's going to take me a little bit to get through these. Cannibal the Musical. Looks fun. Looks fun. Yeah. Well, I'm going to read what it says here. Cannibal the Musical is a true story of the only person convicted of cannibalism in America, Alfred Packer, the sole survivor in an ill-fated trip to the Colorado Territory. He tells his side of the harrowing tale to news reporter Polly Pry as he awaits his execution. And his story goes like this. While searching for gold and love in the Colorado Territory, he and his companions lost their way and resorted to unthinkable horrors, including toe-tapping songs. Because, yes, it's a musical, as it says. Cannibal the Musical. I heard it's pretty funny. Very crappy artwork, but, you know, it is what it is. That's the inside. Yeah. Oh, so it's on the... Oh, whoops. I'm going to have to read it from in here. If I can. Alfred Packer awaiting his execution. It's the same thing. Wait, Alfred Packer awaiting his execution on charges of cannibalism recounts his harrowing story of survival in the snow-covered Colorado mountains while on an ill-fated quest for riches. After being convinced by a group of gold prospectors to join their expedition, Alfred loses his beloved horse, Leanne, which unwittingly sets the men on an unplanned adventure, including encounters with a group of very unusual Indians, facing off with ultra-manly fur trappers, and of course, fudge packing, all before becoming stranded in the freezing winter with no provisions. As tempers flare and stomachs growl, the posse is forced to make the only logical decision: eat each other. Yeah, I've heard it's really hilarious and the music is pretty fun. So, anyway, Cannibal the Musical, what I'm most excited to check out. We'll see how it pans out in the end. There it is. That's all of them. Like I said, I'm going to have that other video with the other stuff that I bought during the Black Friday sale. I'll just name that like Black Friday sale or whatever, but there's a decent amount in that one too. So do me a favor, thumbs up on this video, hit subscribe to the channel. If you want to pitch in monetarily, you can. There's a link in the description for my memberships for the channel, and that'll tell you for what nominal fee, what you get perks-wise with the channel. There's 2 levels to that, and you can hit the notification bell button if you want to know when I'm putting up new videos. But regardless, thank you so much for your time, and until next time, keep it brutal.